So this is our programming 3 assessment. So now let's run our simulation 1. So like you can see, we can break the a longer message over 80 characters to 2 packets and send them from our host 1, and then through router A. There are 2 messages, so that's the part 1. Part 2, look at our simulation 2, that we can segment those the longer messages to smaller pieces. So if we look at networks 2, it is here. We add new fields for the segmentation to allow destination host to perform assembly tasks. So we set up a flag 1 and offset length, and we have a for batch method here. We also here is forward the segments. So like you can see, from host 1 sending this message, that's the 2 packets that we showed earlier, and then now we can send the message into smaller segments through the MTU30, like you can see here. Forwarding segments packets here, smaller packets. That's for the part 2. For part 3, well, we built this forward table in the simulation Python file. So we add host 1, we gave it a designated like address, it's 71. Host 2, we give it 72. Host 3 is 91, and host 4 is 92. And then we added to all the object lists. We are setting up the router for the networks. We're adding the routing information to the table. We're adding the router to the object list. We're creating links to keep track of the link between network nodes. Those are tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4. And those are the threads. And we send in the host messages, and we have breaks in between for sleep for 10 seconds. And so now let's run our simulation 3. So this is our simulation 3. So we're like, remember host 1 is 71, right? We're sending, so if you look at Mac's picture, host 1, we're sending from router 1 to router 2, and then to router D, and then we get to our host, our destination is host 3 is 91. So host 3 received a data for host 3 from host 1. And so we have a break, that's the path that already connected. So now we're sending a message from like host 1 to host 4, right? So here we're sending sample data for host 1 for host 4 from host 1. So we go through A, we go through B that broke. Let's see, maybe it's from here. We have from host that we did not do that. Okay, so this is a host, this host 2. We're sending data to A, and we're going through to C, and we get to host 3. Yeah, get to D, and we get to host 3. And then we're sending from host 2 to host 4. We're sending from host 2 to host 4. Yeah. And then, like you said, we go to C, we go to C. Yeah, we're ending that. I think that's all we have.